Hello and welcome to the Squared Circle Psychobabble. My name is Michael Valenti. This is Ralph Valenti. We continue the World Wrestling Elite Tournament. Moving over now to the Dave Meltzer bracket. Our number one seed, Kazichuka Okada from New Japan Pro Wrestling, going up against the number 8 seed, Charlotte Flair of WWE. You guys decide who advances by voting in the poll above my head and commenting below, and also sharing all over social media using that hashtag SCPB podcast. Now, Ralph, Charlotte Flair, Kazichuka Okada, two of the best in the world, two of the best helping each other rise their divisions and their companies in a very strong way. Why should Charlotte Flair advance in this first round? It's a tough battle.
It is tough. I mean, this is one that I'm probably not as confident about just because of where they fall in terms of the brackets and stuff, you know, based on the rankings. But at the end of the day, you have to look at what Charlotte Flair has been able to accomplish. So we know the women's revolution is probably one of the biggest movements to happen within wrestling over the course of the last several years. And right at the very top of that mountain, leading the charge, has been Charlotte Flair. She's supremely talented in the ring. You look to some of the matches she had, probably most recently her TLC match against Asuka and Becky Lynch, the match she had against Asuka at WrestleMania, just to see some of the things that she's capable of accomplishing. And of course, her body of work that she had in NXT right before she came up. So she had some great matches and some great feuds, whether it was with Bayley, Becky Lynch, of course, most recently, Ronda Rousey, most recently, and then, of course, Sasha Banks. So when you take all of that into consideration, what she's been able to do for NXT, what she's been able to do for the women's revolution, and not only that, but being able to kind of assume the pressure that comes with being a Flair, you know, that has to be a lot of pressure. And not only that, but really stepping outside of her father's shadow, I guess you could say, because, you know, let's be honest, he casts a very large shadow. Being able to step outside of that and really kind of prove herself in the wrestling industry as a woman. I think that's impressive, and I think it speaks for itself. So not only do you have to take into consideration that Charlotte is a great female wrestler, but I think you also have to consider Charlotte Flair as one of the best wrestlers, period, in the world today.
Now, on the other hand, you have Kazichuka Okada, where, you know, Charlotte Flair might get some votes in this first round just simply because Charlotte Flair being in WWE, more eyeballs are put on her as the exposure that she has. And some people just simply don't know who Kazichuka Okada is if they just watch WWE. But this guy, the Rainmaker, the third best wrestler in the world according to PWI's 500 list, number 2 being AJ, number 1 being Kenny Omega. This guy was the longest reigning IWGP heavyweight champion, holding it for 720 days. That's basically 2 AJ-style WWE championship runs in one. He had the match of the year with Kenny Omega at Dominion last year. He also had the feud of the year with Kenny Omega. 5 consecutive Tokyo Sports Best Bout Awards. So from last year all the way to 2014, he's won every single time. The guy just has great match after great match after great match. And if you are going to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling or you're new to New Japan Pro Wrestling, that's the first guy you need to start watching from his matches with Kenny Omega, Tetsuya Naito, Will Ospreay. They just go on and on. No matter who he's in the ring with. Marty Scurll at All In. No matter who he's in the ring with, you are guaranteed a 5-star match. So it's going to be hard for Charlotte Flair, but then again, Charlotte Flair has been in the big spot and has gone through.
She has. And the interesting thing is this. Obviously, we talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling being much different than the WWE. WWE is obviously very much focused on the entertainment part of that. And Charlotte Flair has to hold up her part of the bargain. She has to be entertaining. And I think she is really good at embracing her role within the company, you know, understanding who she's supposed to portray, the type of character she's supposed to portray, whether she's a heel or a face. You know, that's not something you necessarily see as much of with New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's more strictly about the in-ring ability. And like you pointed out, Okada is one of the very best in the world. And that's why we're doing this bracket, to figure out if he is the very best or if he's going to get upset by Charlotte Flair. So we shall see, I guess.
Yes, we shall. And it's not up to us to decide who advances. It's up to you. You vote in the poll above my head. You vote in the comments below. Share all over social media using that hashtag SCPBArmy. And if you do so, you are entered to win a free t-shirt from the Squared Circle Psychobabble. And of course, if you're just following us for the first time, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. And we also have a playlist of the previous matchups in the World Wrestling Elite Tournament by clicking the thumbnail on the screen right now. Until next time, on our next matchup of the World Wrestling Elite Tournament, my name is Michael Valenti. This is Ralph Valenti, and you're listening to the Squared Circle Psychobabble.